So you've got PEX piping and you want to know if there's anything you can do about it. Let's address it. Well, hey, I'm John, and I get asked fairly frequently and by people all over the world, and I don't say that to brag at all. I think I just got lucky with some SEO or something like that, but I literally get the inquiries quite often about people wanting to know what they can do about their PEX piping. Well, I can't tell you anything specifically about your case. I'm not an attorney. So what I can tell you is not what I think about it, but what I have read about it. If that makes sense. So I am familiar with the dezinkification and what happens during that process. I am familiar with occlusion of fittings. I am familiar with oxidation found inside of the pipes. I'm familiar with the chemical permeation out of the PEX piping and through the PEX piping. I'm familiar with the cracks in the pinholes, and of course, numerous lawsuits. So what can you do? Well, you're going to have to know specifically what manufacturer you have and when the system was installed. Some of these lawsuits want to know and require you to have experienced leaks in the past and had to pay for some of those. So it's kind of being between a rock and a hard place, to be honest with you. Do you just go ahead and replumb? And that might be, from my paradigm as an inspector, my recommendation, but it's not cheap, it's very expensive. Or do you try to file for some compensation? You can certainly try, but you will have to know specifically what manufacturer. Is it Zurn? Is it MB? Is it P? Is it, there's so many different ones, and they've all had a lot of different problems. And you're going to have to be able to document if you've done any repairs. Make sure you save your receipts. Make sure you use licensed plumbers for this stuff. Unfortunately, there's no real easy answer. If you've got any pictures, I would love to see some of those. I have people send me all kinds of pictures, and I use them in presentations, and I'd be happy to give you credit, of course. If you wouldn't mind doing that, I would love to see some of those. If you happen to be a home inspector and you're seeing this prior to the Florida Association of Building Inspectors conference coming up in St. Petersburg, I encourage you to show up for that. If nothing else, we can get together and talk about PEX piping. I hope this helps a little bit. There's just too many variables to give you anything specific. You're going to have to do a lot of research and a lot of reading. But if I can help, feel free to reach out, and I'll put my contact information in the description. Thanks a lot and good luck.